Hi, my name is Ibuka Ume. I will do a quick presentation on big data analytics in online platforms for business intelligence. Higher education, being one of the main pillars of economic growth and societal progress, project was centered around the scope of evaluating the efficacy of data analytics in profiling solutions to online learning platforms, mainly within the UK, on how they can improve or enhance the quality of learning services they provide to their students. Just like other researchers have cited that higher education is pillar of economic growth in most countries. Today, there's been a shift from physical learning, coming from the COVID, there's been a shift from the physical learning towards online learning. And in that regard, it has become very important to look out for ways through which student engagement performance as well as their ability to online as means of learning can be improved. That takes us to the aim. So, in achieving the aim of the study, certain objectives were set out. Firstly, we also extract specific databases regarding students' engagement patterns, course completion rates, and also performance trends from secondary resources. Then analyze and visualize this data to gain a deeper understanding of the complex pattern, trends, and relationships trends and relationships relating to student engagement and performances. Um, then afterwards provide recommendation based on the data insights regarding the unique strategies that can be implemented by these online platforms and higher education institutions to enhance the engagement and performance of the students. So it's mainly for enhancing the engagement and performance of the students. So moving on to this onto the literature review. Past literatures were kind of reviewed on the premise of data analytics in order to check and understand how data analysis have been applied in different areas in terms of generating insights from data. These empirical findings were also derived on the scope of improving student engagement and performance online learning platform, just like what other teachers said about improving student engagement and performance on online learning platforms. So we can get a research gap to know what they have said and what they can focus on. So, based on the initial review, a methodology was chosen for the data mining. In this respect, having checked all the data mining technologies, the CRIPS DM methodology was deemed fit and best to use for this study based on its unique characteristics and its ability to profile solutions to data mining issue. Following the six phases of CRIPS DM model, the data analytics was commenced. Firstly, there was need to have an understanding of this business issue. You need to know what the issue is and be able to get the right data that will sort this issue. Based on the objective of this study, questions were derived from the objectives. We derived questions that will guide the data mining process. Some of these questions include understanding what kinds of engagements that leads to better outcome, as well as to know whether the engagement level of students in online learning have an impact on their performance, and to ascertain whether there is a correlation between exams or academic practices offered by online learning platforms and the engagement of students. Then, in the quest to gain a better understanding of the business issue, data sets were sought for and derived from secondary sources. Some of some of these data were derived from GitHub, while majority was from Cargo. The data set then was further prepared and cleaned because for you to use the data sets for data mining issue, the data must be cleaned if you are following the CRIPS DA methodology. Data must be cleaned and formatted. The data was cleaned using Tableau. During the cleaning process, things were done. But one thing that was done was that of the null value that has to be removed and replaced. This data sets were combined using the Tableau and filtered into dashboard where they can all be accessed to know how each relates with how each relates with others with the other. Then further, an in-depth analysis was also conducted on the data set using Python. And the first output that was deployed within the Python was the descriptive statistics, which primarily was meant the mean, median, mode, and standard deviation in the data sets. Going along with the CRISP-DM methodology, the data sets were cleaned, and this was done with Tableau using the data interpreter option. And from the initial data sets that was used, they were 14 row 1205 columns thereabouts. Then what the data interpreter option did was look at the columns, the look at the columns and match them together. From there we come out 14 rows, 1001 columns, and for that decryptive statistics was also used because first thing you have to do analysis to summarize and communicate key characteristics of a data set. And that was why this decryptive statistics was used, and this decryptive statistics was used based on the mean values, the mode, the standard deviation, and what it did was it had to like summarize, communicate the key basic characteristics of this data set to facilitate the understanding of the data and also provide foundation for the analysis. And that was actually what was done. And furthermore, the data was modeled. We went into modeling of the data, and this modeling was done to assess the performance of the model. And while doing this, four types of evaluation was used. The likes of evaluation metrics in terms of accuracy, precision, recall, and also F1 score. And based on the findings from this analysis from the modeling, it was found out that of machine learning models that were deployed support vector machine at the least accuracy of about 9.86%. Also, while the random forest classifier had like the highest accuracy rate of 86.04. Also, it was also found that the random forest classifier had the highest accuracy rates, achieved the highest class wise precision. That is 0.2, 0.86, and 0.82 for classes. Going in, going in further into analysis, Python was used mainly to conduct a correlation metrics. What correlation metric does is to find out the relationship between the variables. Now, if you notice that they are independent variables and there are independent variables, the what the correlation metric did was to check on the data sets, find out the relationship, ones that had higher influence on the other. And from the correlation, it was found out that the student's adaptability level was influenced more by the type of classes, the type of courses, that was offered. If better classes are offered, it would definitely help the students get more engaged and also get more adapted to the online learning and also it was found out that the network type they use, like the 4G, 3G, Wi-Fi, all these all of these things had influence on their adaptability. Because this shows that maybe if they are using a better internet, it help them to get more adapted to the process. And I feel if they use a lower internet, it might also like discourage them from approaching online learning and or getting engaged in online learning. So this was part of the analysis that was done. The and the This brings us to like the ethics. We already know that ethics is like an essential aspect that plays a crucial role in project planning and execution. Some of the ethical considerations for these studies are enumerated below: data privacy and consent, the transparency and data integrity, and also the research ethics committee. This brings us to the conclusion and also for the future works. Based on the analysis that was done, it was found out that some of these variables had higher impact in improving ability and also the engagement of students. And it will also find out that the more students are engaged, more it influences their performance. So answering this question, it was very, very easy because not very easy per se, but you know, because the higher engagement also results to performance shown with the results, the exams, the that was offered and also quiz that was taken. We found out that more students are engaged. We find out that the more students are engaged, the more the ones that are engaged more had better results. So based on these studies, the study was concluded that the key factors that need more emphasis on uh, the internet type, network type, class duration, and also how students react. So this shows that if the learning institutions in UK can improve or recommend best type of internet or network to be used by the students, it will have a very high impact on the engagement and also the ability. Yeah, so that brings us to the end of the presentation. Thank you very much.